The sun hung high over my farm, painting the wheat fields gold and the air thick with the scent of earth and hay. I'd been up since dawn, tending to the cows and mending a fence that a storm had battered the night before. This land, 50 acres of rolling Pennsylvania hills, was my family's for 3 generations. It wasn't just dirt and crops, it was my blood, my legacy. But that morning, trouble came knocking in the form of Karen Mitchell, my neighbor of 6 months, whose manicured lawn and gated driveway screamed city transplant. Karen had been a thorn since she moved in. First, it was complaints about my rooster crowing too early. Then, she claimed my tractor's dust ruined her patio furniture. I tried reasoning with her, offered to adjust my schedule, even invited her for coffee to smooth things over. She'd just sneer, her perfectly highlighted hair bouncing as she stormed off. Today, though, she'd crossed a line I never imagined. I was hauling hay bales when I saw her marching across the field, phone in hand, her face twisted with righteous fury. "You're done, Jake!" she shrieked, her voice cutting through the hum of cicadas. "Your illegal operation ends now." I froze, hay scratching my arms. Illegal? My farm was as clean as they come, organic certified, permits in order. Before I could ask what she meant, she thrust her phone toward me. "Already on a call?" "Yes, officer, he's running a drug ring. I saw shady people sneaking around his barn at night." My stomach dropped. A drug ring? The accusation was so absurd it almost made me laugh. But the venom in her eyes killed any humor. I'd had a few local kids help with chores last week, teenagers earning summer cash. Not criminals. Karen must have seen them and spun her own narrative. I stepped toward her, hands raised. "Karen, you've got this all wrong. Those were just kids helping out." "Save it!" she snapped, backing away like I was a threat. "The cops are coming, and you're going to jail." Her words stung, not just for their venom but for the betrayal. I tried to be a good neighbor, and this was my reward, a fabricated scandal that could ruin me. Minutes later, 2 police cruisers rolled up my gravel drive, dust swirling in their wake. My heart pounded as Officer Daniels, a grizzled man I'd known since high school, stepped out. Karen rushed to him, pointing at me like I was a fugitive. "That's him. He's the one hiding drugs." I stood my ground, arms crossed, the weight of her lie pressing on my chest. Daniels glanced at me, his expression unreadable, then turned to Karen. "Ma'am, we'll need specifics. What exactly did you see?" Karen launched into her story, embellishing with every word mysterious figures, strange smells, late-night noises. I wanted to scream, but I held my tongue, knowing one wrong move could escalate this. My workers, Maria and Tom, watched from the barn, their faces pale. They'd been with me for years, loyal through every lean season. Now they were caught in this circus. Then came the twist I didn't see coming. As Karen ranted, a beat-up pickup truck rattled up the drive. Out stepped Old Man Carter, the reclusive farmer from down the road, his face weathered like the oak trees lining his property. He rarely left his land, so his presence alone turned heads. "Hold on now," Carter growled, his voice gravelly but firm. "I saw what happened last night. Wasn't no drug deal. It was my grandson and his friends, helping Jake fix his irrigation line after the storm. Karen, you saw M and jumped to conclusions without asking." The air shifted. Karen's face flushed crimson, her mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. Daniels raised an eyebrow, turning to her. "Is that true, ma'am? Did you verify what you saw before calling us?" Karen stammered, her confidence crumbling. "Too thought I saw something suspicious. I was protecting the community." Protecting. Couldn't hold back anymore. "You've been harassing me for months, Karen. You didn't ask questions because you wanted to be right, not to find the truth." My voice shook, not just with anger but with the pain of seeing my life's work slandered. Daniel sighed, jotting notes. "Ma'am, false reports are serious. We'll need to investigate further. But this sounds like a misunderstanding you could have cleared up with a conversation." Karen's eyes darted between us, her bravado gone. She mumbled something about being sorry, but it was too late. The damage was done. Neighbors were watching from their porches, whispers already spreading. Daniels and his partner searched the barn to be thorough, finding nothing but hay and tools. They left with a warning to Karen about wasting police resources, but I felt no victory. My name was tainted, and the community I'd built trust with for years now had a seed of doubt. As Karen slunk back to her house, Carter clapped a hand on my shoulder. "Folks like her don't understand what this land means," he said. "But you keep going, Jake." His words were kind, but they couldn't erase the ache. I looked out at my fields, the sun now dipping low, casting long shadows. This farm was my home, my heart, but today it felt like a battlefield. That night, alone in my kitchen, I replayed the day. Karen's regret was instant when Carter exposed her lie, but the fallout would linger. The community would talk, some would believe her, and others would pity me. Neither felt like justice. I wondered if Karen would ever grasp the weight of her action. Show a single call, fueled by spite, could unravel a man's life. I keep farming, keep fighting, but the scar of this day would stay. What would you do if you were judged before the truth could speak? Share your thoughts on where justice lies in conflicts like these.